Hello, I'm Michelle here. Welcome back for another episode of EU4 as the Nice. In previous episode, we managed to connect some of our exiles over here, as well as capturing a fort on the mainland Anatolia, which is probably going to be sieged down a lot. But at least we got that one sorted. That was one of the core provinces that we had before, so that was definitely good news for us. Of course, we did not, in fact, siege down quite, or raid down everything that we could have. There's a bit of a missed opportunity, I suppose. But we got definitely a lot larger fleet now, including some heavy ships. And since we got the idea, we could actually even have a lot more than that. We can have up to 66 ships right now, which I suppose might be time to start expanding our trade fleet a little bit. Let's get another 3 on that one, and another 4 on this one. So we'll have a total of 15 light ships, and we've got 40 ships on the main fleet. We'll probably upgrade some of these ships, although there's the heavy ships, I suppose, which could be upgraded. Is there any other centers of trade that we could upgrade? I suppose Tunis is one, isn't it? Yeah, but I suppose that doesn't divert to anything that we utilize. Although Tunisia, we might want to turn that into a state at some point. This one could be turned into something useful later. Oh, and Smyrna is another one. I suppose Smyrna is actually something that we could upgrade. No, it's not part of a state yet. Although we got a core in there, so we can easily do that. So now we're going to upgrade this one. And that means that we'll have a bit more trade power in Constantinople itself. Oh, we lost the Crusade. Well, that's a shame, but to be expected. So yeah, now we've got 38% of the trade in Constantinople, and admittedly, I'm sure that it could get a lot better. At least the Ottoman particulars shouldn't be a problem for me anymore, at least for now. We've still got the... Actually, right now we don't... Well, we do have a bit of Sunni zealots in Constantinople that might fire. But it's not going to happen quite yet. But I suppose we'll still move it to Constantinople just to be able to protect that for the time being. We got a pretty good amount of... well, we didn't actually get that many provinces in the peace deals. We got, what, 5 total? No, 6 total, actually, because we got 4 from Ottomans and 2 from Tunis. But it is all coastal provinces. Actually, speaking of which, I think we should get a few more shipyards. Get one over there. We could probably get one in here. Another one over there. We could actually increase the army size a bit further. We could maybe try getting another marine in here. Now, the question is, of course, that would be Condotta. Actually, I don't know if that would be a marine or not. We'll get a second marine there, so at least there'll be enough to seize down any non-fort province on their own. And the particulars are now beating down the Ottoman armies even further. So the Ottomans aren't really in the strongest situation. They've still got 32,000 men in total, and they have quite a good manpower reserves as well. The ships, on the other hand, they've lost their fleet basically twice now, which is, of course, good for us. Oh, Venice is fighting another war against the Ragusa and Papal States. Oh, dear. Honestly, at this stage, I think I'm going to decline that one. I don't want to be in another war against Papal States. Probably better for me to start leaning more towards them anyway. One of the things, well, we're going to improve relations with Papal States a little bit further, so we can get the influence even faster. And we've got 3 cardinals already. I didn't realize we had that many. Hold on a minute, where do we have the card? Okay, Athens got 1, Rhodes got 1, Cyprus got 1. Well, fair enough, that all makes sense. How's the conversion doing anyway? Constantinople is... oh, dear, we lost our general here. Well, that's less than ideal. Well, let's see, Spocomania. 2420. I mean, the Force Rock is still quite nice. Now the Ottomans need to deal with that particular rebellion, which is none of my business. So we did lose one of our stronger allies for the war against the Mamluks. I suppose, is there any other nations that might want to ally me? Austria might want to ally me. I mean, that would be really strong ally with Austria and Hungary. Ragusa would be another one that we could perhaps ally, but I don't necessarily want to go there. And Mazab is another one over there, which would be helpful against Tunis, I guess, or at least a helpful distraction. But I think we might... well, first of all, we've still got military access to Venice, so we may need to cancel that one as soon as we can. I was going to improve the relation with Papal State a bit further. Venice does still like us. Oh, and there we got 18 influence converting Constantinople. Excellent. Smyrna is another one that I could start converting already, so let's get that underway. If we do have a look at the religious map mode, we've done a pretty good job on converting places. But that actually means that we are... Well, we've got the core in Constantinople now, so the achievement of on the roads again. Over here, we're already halfway done. We just need to core Jerusalem and then we'll have it. And Ragusa wants to go through my lands. I suppose I can allow that one. And Age of Reformation started. Bohemians enter into Golden Era. And Blasphemy Act. Mission restriction. Oh, yeah. There we go. We can convert even faster now. So Smyrna is going to be done in 2 years or so. A bit less than 2 years. Oh, Ragusa will see Ragusa. Oh, right. Venice is just taking all the coastline here. I mean, I kind of do the same. Ooh, we need a new ruler. Or heir, rather, I suppose. We could go for the merchant son again. That would be a lot of money. Or we could go for the papal option to get more influence that way. And I think we're going to get the merchant son. 651. Pretty decent, actually. Oh, and the navigator with the ship durability. That's really nice. And our current ruler, I mean, it's not necessarily the best stats, but the missionary strength over there as well does help. So we can convert our provinces very quickly. And that will start reducing unrest very quickly as well. Ooh, hold on a minute. It's got the calm, so stability cost modifiers reduced, which we don't necessarily need to worry too much about right now. And morale of armies plus 5%, so that is actually really nice. So much, in fact, that I might actually just go ahead and see some more land in the meanwhile. So we're over 40% at least on the estate lands. We might want to go a bit further in at some point. We don't really need to worry about it too much yet, but definitely it would be worthwhile grabbing more and more of it. But yeah, right now, actually, Mamluks are allied to Tunis, so the next war against Tunis would be against Tunis and Mamluks. Now that could be possibly quite interesting. Go ahead and transport this army over. I suppose the Tunisian separatists are going to be the first one to fire, so we'll just head over there. We got the... Actually, we did not get the stuff in there. Oh, there we go. All Greek provinces get -2 unrest. That's quite nice. We do have quite a bit of Greek provinces. Actually, is there any... Oh, we've got some Turkish provinces already, so we could embrace or promote the culture. That'd be 26% there. Of our... Yeah, you know what? We'll take that one. It does cost us a decent bit, so that does delay how quickly we can get the maritime ideas completed, but at the same time, it should be mostly fine. You know what? Nobility can get a little bit land. Doesn't mean a bit more autonomy until for the time being, but I'm sure that that will start going downwards slowly. It might just take a while. It might also require us to be in peace for a while. Oh dear. Oh dear. Either minus 100 diplo power or lose the stability. At this point, I think I'm going to take the stability here, actually. That means that we can just save up the papal influence points again for 100, which is going to take a while. Like at least a decade or so. Well, maybe not quite a decade in the end, but it will take a while regardless. We could actually have a bit larger army as well. Oh, right. One side of truce with papal states has ended. I think it might be time to recall the diplomat from there. Can't really make much more of a difference. And then cancel the axis with Venice. We've got a lot of claims on them. So at some point in the not too distant future, we might want to get a few islands in here. Like Corfu, Crete, and Negroponte, and Nassau. And then maybe get a little bit of land in Albania as well. Although we don't really have claims there. But Corfu we do. And a few other places we do. Oh, institution embracement costs and institution spread are increased. Now that's really nice. Oh, France is fighting against the... Oh, it's the war between France and Brittany. And Castile's been drawn into that. Fighting against France, Scotland, Tyrone, Strasbourg, Savoy, Geneva, Liege, and Utrecht. Admittedly, they do have Aragon and Castilian West Indies, but clearly that's not enough. Yeah, we got the troops in here now, so might as well put in the rebel suppression duty in there, so it will at least take care of it more or less. We might still want to get a fort in Malta at some point. There's still a bit of devastation. It's going down, admittedly, but there is a bit of devastation. Every time they raid, that's going to give us, like, what, 5 or 10 devastation? I don't remember exactly. But of course, if we deny them any coastline, then they won't be able to raid us. Because, oh wow, Portuguese have been quite active in here. They're still Tlemcen, I suppose. Oh, we do have a claim on Tlemcen. We're allied to... Oh, okay. Interesting. So maybe we'll get a little bit further west and then we can conquer these 3 provinces as well. Might be a bit easier said than done, although I don't think these two aren't really the problem. They're not really that strong. Yeah, we could probably land enough troops to defeat any armies that they have in there. There we go, rebellion in Tunis. We were building the fortification in, or castle in there, so that's at least good. That will start... Oh, and there we go, that's been dealt with. Where's the next rebellion? In Smyrna. Okay, well, let's just head down that way. Putting out fires in the meanwhile. So when do the truces end? With Tunis is going to end in 12 years. Oh, we need a new heir. Port maintenance. We're going to start losing a little bit of devotion. Nansang D is now in power. Right, we might actually go for the papal protege right now. We've got another leader. So what are the traits? Ooh, you got Web Weaver. Foreign spy detection. Okay, and... Oh, right, yeah, that's good. I wonder what the other one's going to be. I mean, I suppose Ansang is quite young still. With that high admin and diplo points, it's going to be really good, though. And actually, since we got so much of that, how about we use a bit of points for development? Athens could be quite valuable. Actually, do we have the edict in here? No, we don't. So let's just put in the development cost edict. We can pay a little bit extra on the maintenance. But that way we can then start increasing the development over here. Maybe a little bit over there as well. I think Athens is actually one of the cheaper ones right now. We can't go any higher than that. Maybe we'll give a little bit of manpower in there as well. So there we go. Athens is now 20 development. And we did get a little bit of colonialism. It is actually spreading in there. Oh, because the cardinals are spreading there. Oh. My goodness. I did not realize that. So that means that Rhodes is also getting it. It's 15% there. Athens has got 30% because of our development there. Cyprus is getting a little bit. There's a lot of spread over there. Yeah, no, that's actually quite nice. Now, if that's going to be sufficient or not, I don't know yet. I think... How close are we getting to text? We're still quite a few years ahead of time, so we might actually just spend a bit more points in developing Athens a bit further. There we go. Now it's getting 3.3 per month. So it'll be done soon enough. It's the 30 development in Athens, so that'll probably do. It does give us a bit more construction space as well. I might also expand the infrastructure in Constantinople. There we go, so we can have more buildings in there and all that. Speaking of buildings, let's have a look. Is there workshops? None of the workshops are particularly good. None of the churches are particularly good. What about marketplaces? No, not really. Although, speaking of... marketplaces and all that. I suppose once we get the coring done, we can get one over there. Or we could start saving points to increase the one in Constantinople to level 3. That's quite a bit of money, admittedly, so we probably won't be able to do that quite yet. Although we're making over 8 ducats per month with all the forts up and all that, so it's not too bad in the end. I guess it's time to start converting Tunis. Although, before I start doing that, let's let the Zealot stuff go down. And we are going to get a bit more innovativeness. I could become the Defender of Faith. I don't think I actually want to, although that would allow us to convert a bit faster, so it's not all bad. There we go, the Zealots have gone down, so if we start converting Tunis... Though it's actually, since there was a revolt there recently, it shouldn't be a problem. There we go, that's going to start allowing us to get... Oh, right. Yeah, no, it's not really the quickest of conversions, admittedly. But it is at least going forward, and I suppose once we can turn Tunis into a state, that will make it a lot faster. Right, is there still... Ah, we could actually go and tax the Mamluks in the meanwhile. And by taxing, I mean raiding them. There might be some other areas that we can raid as well. Might as well have a look. Well, they should be pretty effective, yeah, that's 50 ducats. So that's actually going to be going to the fund of upgrading Constantinople to level 3 Center of Trade. I'd say it's a worthy cause. Also, we're refilling sailor manpower pool. Or sailor pool there, that should be pretty good. Hey, we gained some cores. So now we can turn, I believe... Oh, this is a new area, Macedonia, so we can turn that into a state. And this one's already part of the state there. That's not going to be a problem. Oh, but oh, right, we could upgrade this to level 2 now. I guess we'll do that real quick, so that's going to start giving us a bit more... Oh, that's in Ragusa. Right, well, that's going to start pushing a bit more trade power towards Constantinople, at least. So we got already 39% in there. That's not bad. Getting a few more cores soon, but did we do the raiding in here? We did. Okay, let's keep on going. We can't raid Tunis, I'm afraid. Because we are at peace with them. But what we can do is actually go all the way to Barbara Coast. There we go. And now we can make Tunisia into a state. Use a bit of points to make those into proper cores. So that should speed up the missionary in Tunis a little bit. It might take a month to take over to actually refresh the numbers there. There we go. We gained a little bit more money. I suppose we could also go... No, actually, we can't raid that one because it is... Well, we got a truce with Ottomans, rather. So how much more of an army could we have? Oh, and Byzantine separatists in where exactly? Ah, over there. Okay, well, once we get the transports in, we can just transport the troops over and that should be fine. Might take a few moments, though. And at least the papal influence is increasing quite nicely. I do know that our professionalism isn't quite what it needs to be. Like, it's only 60% right now. We are going to be getting that up soon enough. But we just need to put down a few rebellions first, and then we can start drilling. And when waiting for the pieces to end. Well, still wants some money. I mean, I suppose they're in the war, so I can understand that one. And Mantua wants to fight against Venice. We still have a decent relation with Venice. How strong are they now, military-wise? Still got 50... Oh, wow, that's a lot stronger than I expected. I mean, we could have up to 29,000 right now. So what I probably will do is I'll have like 5,000 marine army. Now we can do quick landings into areas. Maybe... Actually, I'm not entirely sure. It might be something like that. And there we go. Colonialism in Athens. It's probably not quite enough for us to embrace it yet. Now we only need a bit more money. I suppose now it's spreading pretty fast into places like Rhodes as well. 10... Oh, wow. Yeah, that's really quickly. Damn. Well, that's nice. Oh, right. I suppose what I could do is I could perhaps go ahead and embargo a certain Mamluk that is embargoing me. There we go. We're back to 50 power projection. So they got 38,000 manpower, or the army size. So we could have up to 29,000 at least. Probably a bit further once we get a few more cores and such. And more conversions done, and maybe increase the development a little bit more in certain areas. Wait, are you not transporting? I don't know what happened there, but for some reason it did not want to go over. Well, anyway, we've got this one. We can just go ahead and assign you to do some unrest reduction there. We are still waiting for the extra marine to be built in here. Oh, truce with Papal States ended again. Don't know why. Oh, right. Austria, you would like to ally me, right? Oh, yes, you would. There we go. And I got Poland, Austria, Papal States, Castile, and Naples as allies. So Naples is probably another one that I might give up at some point, so Papal States can start expanding. There we go. We've got another core, so we could take Syria into territory. Get some coring going over there as well. So that is another one that we could potentially upgrade. How much are we transferring from Aleppo? We are the biggest one there. We're transferring 1.7 ducats to Constantinople. And of course, in Constantinople, we're making almost 9 ducats per month now. That's actually pretty decent. We are 40% of the trade power in there, admittedly. Poland is wanting to break the alliance. I mean, they kind of serve their purpose. At this point, I mean, while the Ottoman armies are still... Well, actually, they're not that strong anymore. Or numerous, at least. I think what we might want to do is get a second small army in here. We'll get 3 infantry, 1 knight, and 1 cannon. We'll start building a second army, slowly but surely, so we can do a bit more sieging, and we're going to have a small army. If there's like a... Well, it's not necessarily going to be enough yet, but once we get a bit more... troops, like once we have like, I don't know, 10,000 men army, the secondary army, as well as the marine army as a additional possible army. I suppose it could be part of the secondary army and then just detach the marines when need to. Or for during war times and all that. So that would allow us to take care of the unrest while the main army is drilling, essentially. Oh, well, there goes the alliance with Poland. I mean, that was to be expected. So who else would we... be able to ally at this stage? Savoy, Lucca, Siena, Lithuania, Mantua, and they've got Mazab over there. So there's quite a few potential... Is there anyone that we'd be able to vassalize? Not really. We're not really that strong yet. Unless we do it you know, warfare or something like that. But not diplomatically, I'm afraid. There we go. That's one part of the army. That one's... no, I'm still building a ship in here. Oh, we did build a marine in here, but I don't know if it actually is queued up there or not. Actually, I don't think it is. But regardless, we got this army at least. It can start helping a little bit the unrest over time. And we can have up to... Oh, we could have up to 31,000 men now. Oh, wait, no, it is queued up, the infantry, but it's probably first working all the ships, and after that... Oh yeah, it does have a Condor infantry there. Alright then, so this one... We could get at least one more infantry there. There's going to be 6,000 men there. We will have the 5,000 infantry for marines. It might be a bit of an overkill, admittedly, but it will be enough to then go in places, siege down a few provinces, maybe even fight off some enemy troops, and then, you know, jump back on the ships. Oh, well, if we siege down a port... Ooh, Constantinople has a cardinal. Well, I mean, that's not a surprise, admittedly. How much are we getting influence now? 8.14 per year. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty decent, I'd say. Within 5 years, we'll have our stability back to +3, unless we lose some. Oh, we got a bit of Syrian separatist problem brewing up as well. We could, of course, just send this one up there for now. The ship should pick up them and deliver. Shouldn't take too long. It's 9,000 men, so we might need to increase the size a little bit. But at least we can slow down the unrest in there. Ooh, Gibraltar also has a cardinal now. So, I want to put you in duty there. And I suppose we could probably increase the size of this. I mean, we don't necessarily need to have that many marines yet. Although we are going to be, once we get that, we could just transport the marines in here as well. So it'd be 8,000 men. And then we can just separate the marines whenever, or the special units, whenever need to. We have no corruption, which is definitely nice. We're getting 10 ducats per month. I mean, that's pretty decent. The taxation is starting to be pretty epic. Naples has asked for more money. I guess we'll give that. Although at some point we might start reducing the relations with Naples. I mean, they don't really like me. They have a core on something that I have. Oh, it's probably Malta, isn't it? Yeah, they got a core in Malta. Oh, right. I could accept or promote either Tunisian or Syrian. I think Syrian might actually be the one that will need more. Although we'll think about that once we get there. Or once we start fighting the Mamluks a bit further. Speaking of which, they got 38,000 men. We don't have quite that much. Oh, Venice has embraced colonialism. Oh, right, we're going to get the maritime ideas. Ship cost goes down, and we get the galley combat ability and chance to capture enemy ships by 15% increase. That's pretty decent. Meaning that our fleet is probably one of the best ones right now. Not necessarily in size. I mean, of the fleets that we know, we have the second largest fleet. The Venetians have a lot of light ships. But if we have our combat fleets fight one another, I think we would win there. And then after that is Denmark, Castile. How much? Aragon's got 25, so Castile and Aragon combined have about as much as I do. Actually, a bit more than I do. No, I'm not going to give you money, Venice. I think the alliance is over. And I need my money to get the center of trade. I don't want to be... Oh, Venice is a great power. Oh, wow. That is impressive. I suppose they embrace the institution, so that does help. How close are we embracing the institution, actually? We got Rhodes and Athens already, so we still need to have 500 ducats total. It's not spreading to... Well, I suppose it is spreading into a lot of areas in here now. Not very quickly, necessarily. Constant... Oh, right, Cyprus already has it as well. Yeah, I suppose in a few months we should be able to embrace it. And we might actually do that, because that is gonna give us some more trade power. Which will, of course, allow us to get even more money out of Constantinople. So 527. So I suppose 3 months and we'll have it. Unless something bad happens. There we go. Got the Marines. I suppose we could just go ahead and ask these to be transported. Should be fairly quick. So we'll have 8,000 men in here already. Then we'll get maybe a little bit more of the Marines in there. But how much is the... Oh, so we're going to have 31 total armies or army size. So that's not too shabby, actually. Combine these. We'll wait for the embracing of the institution, and then we'll probably get a few more Marines and all that, and then we'll have this army at least somewhat capable of fighting. Admittedly, we might want to get this army onto the highlands first. We might want to also get a leader for this. We could have another actual general, to be fair. 3010. not exactly the best. I mean, the fire is okay. And the maneuverability is, or maneuver skill is kind of okay in moving faster. But in the end, it's kind of pointless. But at least we got the 8,000 men now defending. Oh, well, speak of the devil. Defending a good location. We got a fairly good discipline and a good morale. But they got the numbers advantage a decent chunk actually in there. The Marines did kind of collapse there. But regardless, we managed to win that fight. And now we're going to embrace the institution as well. Which means that we are a lot closer to getting the techs that we are wanting to get. Well, there we go. That's at least one rebellion dealt with. Guess we can move this back to here. And the rebellion in these two provinces still hasn't fired. It would be only 9,000. Technically speaking, we could probably transfer this over. Still only 8,000 men. But that could potentially start taking care of the rebellion fighting duty. And this army can start drilling somewhere like Maria or something. Or maybe Constantinople. Who knows? So how long do we have... Oh, truce with Sicily has ended. Do we... We still got a truce with Tunis for another quite a few years, actually. Not that much longer on Venice or Poland. And then, of course, Switzerland, Bohemia, and all that doesn't really matter to me. With Ottomans, the truce is going to end in 1522. Actually, well, we don't have the money for it right now. Go ahead and get another of those Marines in here. And let that grow a little bit in size first. Oh, and we lost an admiral. That's not good. Get that back. 1511. That's actually really good. And Tunis has been converted. There we go. Now we can convert another... Oh, wow. Yeah, we can start converting these two very quickly. Less than a year... Well, less than a year on the eastern one, and the western one is going to be taking a little bit longer. But not much. I suppose that might be because we haven't put in the edict in here, now that I think of it. And Maria, we got the edict, but we don't actually need that edict in here right now, so we'll just take that one off. That's going to save us a bit of cash. And Archipelago, I mean, the extra manpower is actually not bad. Smyrna, we're going to put in the fort defense in. It's going to cost us a little bit, but that fort needs to hold. Right, so we've got 8.2 thousand men in here. Still needs to reinforce a little bit. Oh, the Mad Seer. Either we lose devotion and clergy loyalty, or we lose admin points and gain some loyalty. I think we are going to reduce the the devotion and the loyalty right now. We have loyalty though, I suppose. We could summon the I mean, okay, nobility's loyalty needs to go up. The equilibrium is a little bit low right now. Let's have a look. What sort of missions can we get? Clergy wants base Saxon cheers to go 4. I mean, that's doable. Savoy, opinion of knights 200. That's a possibility as well. Or Antioch to have a workshop. They won't actually go with that one. Because that's going to serve us in the long run a bit further. I mean, it's got... Oh, it's got cloth there. Still got a bit of devastation and autonomy in there, of course. And we don't have the money to build it in quite yet, but by the end of the year we should be fine. I do realise that we are actually out of time for this episode, so if you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe if I haven't already. Also, get the links down below in the description, but other than that, thank you very much for watching. Until next time, bye-bye.